Hey guys, I just wanted to make a quick video about using sources in an essay. I was grading some of your pieces and I just wanted to make sure you knew that there's a couple of different ways to use a source or a quote if you want to be more specific. So I created this little assignment in front of you. If you were writing on George Orwell's Shooting an Elephant, and you were asked to analyze it. If I had the claim, and again, guys, I know this doesn't look exactly like a paper that you would turn in, but just so you know where I'm going with this, if you have a claim such as Orwell is trying to illuminate the real situation in imperial provinces, Britain and its officers are not in control, the oppressed are. Okay, so that's my claim. So everything that I'm going to put in my essay is trying to prove that that's what he was trying to say. So for example, and again, we're focused on using quotes, if we have this paragraph right here, right, it says Orwell states that killing the elephant was a bit of fun to them, the Burmese. That doesn't actually say that, that's why I bracketed it, as it would be to, and it should say an English crowd, page 2. By mentioning the folks back at home, England, Orwell reminds his reader that humans are all the same, thus removing the idea that the Burmese are lesser beings. If people are all the same, then the British would behave no differently in the same circumstances. Okay? Now I realize this is kind of a little bit in the middle of nowhere, you don't know where I'm going with it, but what I want you to see is two things. Notice how I have used here a quote. Okay? I have introduced the quote, Orwell states that killing the elephant was a bit of fun to them, the Burmese. And then, so this is surrounded by quotes, so it's his exact words, and then I've acknowledged what page number. So a couple of things about this. So notice the introduction here. It doesn't always have to be Orwell states, comma, quote. You can integrate the quote into a full sentence. Okay, so that's what that killing the elephant was a bit of fun. So you never have to use the entire sentence of a quote. You only have to use the bit that you actually want. Another thing to notice about this here is notice the order of things. You end the quote, so there's your end quotation mark. Then you do your page numbers, or if you need to put your author, or just your author and your page number. So it goes the parentheses, the parenthetical citation, and then the period. If you're putting your period over here, then that means this page number is sitting out all by itself and is not connected to the sentence. So the period always goes on the other side. Now, if you said here, Orwell states on page 2, so if that goes there, then you can put your period inside because you don't have this attachment that needs to be connected to the sentence. Okay. The other thing I want you to notice about this paragraph is the explanation that follows it. Although it's not perfect and, of course needs to be proofread, you cannot just plunk down a quote and say that it proves your claim. You have to get to the point. You have to show how does this prove this claim. Okay, you can't have anything in your essay that doesn't prove the claim. So this explanation here is setting up is explaining how this quote proves this, right? Another thing I wanted you to notice is, like I just said, you don't have to use the entire quote, the whole sentence. You just use the part that you need. You can see that here in this second sentence. And again, I've kind of taken it out of an essay. Orwell's unease at having to kill the elephant hints at the pressure he is beginning to feel to kill an elephant that is no longer a threat. Well, this is an example of I didn't even need to use everything I used up here. I just used one word and fit it into the thought I was trying to make. So that's another option that you have. I will say that I forgot to put my page number because that also came from page 2. But that's how it would look. Okay. If you have any questions about this, please let me know so that I can correct any wrong thinking or kind of push you towards what this is considered. These two examples are considered the more sophisticated use of quotes. Plunking the quote down with just an Orwell states is done and it's fine, but this shows a little bit more sophistication as a writer. All right, let me know if you have any questions, guys.